Girl, have you heard the latest tea about Kim Porter's family? Looks like they're finally ready to spill the truth, and honey, it's juicy. Word on the street is that Corey Gamble might have had a hand in Kim's tragic passing, and it's about to get real messy. Allegedly, he played a huge role in helping Diddy cover up some seriously dark stuff, and get this, there are crime scene photos showing Corey just casually hanging out at Kim's house before the coroners even got there. Can you believe that? But hold up, because it gets wilder. Rumor has it that Corey even stayed behind to clean up the scene, making sure nobody could trace anything back to Diddy. And if you thought that was bad, there's more. Some reports are saying that Corey found himself tangled up in all kinds of drama with Diddy. Now, Kim's family is coming through with receipts, and it looks like there's way more to Corey Gamble and his Kardashian connection than we ever imagined. Whew! Buckle up, because this tea is piping hot. To really understand how Corey might have been caught up in all of this, we need to rewind. Corey Gamble, born in Atlanta on November 10th, 1980, has always been a slick character. Even back in high school, Corey was that guy, football star, straight A student, and the dude you went to if you needed something handled. He earned the nickname Mr. Dependable, and trust me, he lived up to it. After high school, he went to Morehouse College, got his business degree, and soon found himself in a whole lot of drama with Cherie Buchanan. Yep, the ex of an NFL star. Their breakup, a toxic disaster with restraining orders flying left and right. But here's the kicker. Corey clearly has a thing for older women. Cherie was a solid 10 years older than him, and now he's dating Kris Jenner, who's 25 years his senior. I guess when they say age is just a number, Corey took that a little too seriously. Not to be messy, but have y'all heard about Corey's wild past? It's not just the older women he's been linked to. There are claims that this man dipped his toes into some interesting activities, allegedly starring in a few adult films. Yup, you heard that right. After that, he made his way to LA, where he got all caught up with Diddy's crew. And let's just say things got real close between them. This is the kind of tea that's too hot to sip quietly.
Numerous tips that all are very, very similar. And these tips came from individuals who have claimed to be familiar or know Corey Gamble from when he still lived and worked in Atlanta. Corey was once a performer in the adult film industry. Multiple people came to me sharing this information and that they had seen him while they were working on certain sets. And obviously, I am not going to share their identity for their own protection.
Not to stir the pot or anything, but have y'all noticed how Corey and Diddy are basically attached at the hip now? Their bromance is legendary, but no one seems to know the real tea on when it all started. Word on the street is it might have kicked off thanks to none other than Diddy's old right-hand man, Fonzworth Bentley. Apparently, Fonzworth and Corey crossed paths back in their college days at Morehouse, and girl, the gossip doesn't stop there. Rumor has it that Fonzworth might have had his own special dynamic with Diddy.
Let me ask you this. What do you think Diddy and Fonzworth Bentley's real relationship was?
Concubine, master.
Ooh.
Girls, let me tell you, this guy isn't just some random in Diddy's circle. He's basically family, especially when it comes to Diddy's kids. Corey's been the rock for them, even during their darkest moments, like when Kim Porter passed away. While the world was mourning, Corey was right there, holding it down for Diddy. Or at least that's what it looked like. But you know what? We're about to dive deeper into that tea. And guess what? Corey wasn't just rubbing elbows with Diddy. Oh no, he was out there with the big dogs. I'm talking Ludacris, Michael Jordan, and more. He was jet-setting on private planes, getting VIP treatment, front row at the most exclusive events. Sis, Corey was living that A-list life. But listen, I've got to give him some credit. He wasn't just riding coattails. Corey actually hustled behind the scenes for some of the biggest names in the biz. For example, did you know Corey was the brains behind Ashton Kutcher's show, Punk'd? Bet you didn't see that one coming. He also used his connections with Scooter Braun to land a spot as Justin Bieber's manager during his tour. Oh, and he had his hands on Scotty McCreery's album Clear as Day, which shot straight to #1 on the Billboard 200. And let's not forget Justin Bieber's album Believe, another hit Corey had a part in making. But speaking of Bieber, fans have been side-eyeing this for a minute. Isn't it suspicious that Justin's substance issues popped up around the same time Corey joined his team? And knowing how close Corey is with Diddy, along with all those wild rumors about Diddy's alleged influence over Bieber, we have to ask. Was Corey just a middleman for Diddy to get to Justin? Some sources even claim that Diddy and Corey didn't just introduce Justin to drugs, but they got him so hooked he ended up with a full-blown addiction.
There was a time where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly, shrooms, everything, and it was just an escape from me.
Not to be dramatic, but have y'all heard Justin spill the tea on his addiction struggle? Let me tell you, it sounds like he went through an all-out war to kick that habit. Honestly, the way he describes it, it's like he was fighting for his life.
I was waking up in the morning and the first thing I was doing is popping pills and smoking a blunt and starting my day. It just got scary. I basically said to myself, oh my God, if you're real, you get me through this season of stopping these pills and stuff, and if you do, I'll do.
All right, girls, buckle up because this one's wild. So all this time, we've been thinking Corey Gamble was just Kris Jenner's arm candy, right? But guess what? It turns out he might have been pulling the strings right under our noses. Rumor has it, there's some new tea spilling and it's tying Corey to Kim Porter's tragic death. And wait for it, there's more. Word on the street is that Corey allegedly helped Diddy cover up the whole mess. Yes, girls, I'm talking serious partners in crime vibes. Maybe not Bonnie and Clyde, but definitely Clyde and Clyde if you catch my drift. And the accusations? Whew, they're piling up faster than a Kardashian scandal. Don't even get me started on Diddy and Kim Porter's rocky past. The whispers have been around for years, talking about Diddy's shady side. Kim allegedly left that relationship with more than just emotional wounds. We're talking broken noses and bruises straight out of a horror flick. One crazy incident went down back in 2005. According to an article, Kim Porter ended up with a broken nose after a fight with Diddy on his yacht in Saint-Tropez. And get this, Diddy flew in a specialist from Geneva to fix the damage. Now, Kim claimed she hurt herself banging her nose on a table, but come on, we're not buying it, and apparently neither is her family. Here's where it gets even juicier. Kim's family has always been suspicious of Diddy and Corey's role in Kim's passing. Officially, she passed from pneumonia, but her family, yeah, they're calling BS on that. And now sources are saying they were considering filing a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy. But then the FBI stepped in. Yep, the FBI. A source spilled that the family was contacted by federal agents and 3 family members plus 6 friends were interviewed and told to keep quiet. But wait for this bombshell. Cassie, Diddy's ex, reportedly told her lawyers when she filed her own lawsuit against Diddy that she has receipts about Kim Porter's death. And yes, y'all, she's claiming to have proof that Kim was murdered. All right, girls, buckle up because this tea is piping hot. So it turns out Kim Porter's death is one of the shady things the FBI is allegedly looking into when it comes to Diddy. Yep, you heard me right. According to leaked documents, they found all kinds of red flags around how she died. First off, if they're gonna say it was pneumonia and she just passed peacefully in her sleep, then somebody explain why there was blood on Kim's pillowcases and a trail of blood from the bedroom to the bathroom. Like, why isn't anyone talking about that? And let me tell you, Kim wasn't found unresponsive in bed like they want you to believe. Nope, sis was discovered on the bathroom floor. And if she was found in bed later, someone definitely moved her there. Oh, and that whole story about housemates finding her? Total lie. She was actually being watched by a medical professional that Sean personally picked. And get this. Kim's last call was to 911 at 2:43 a.m., but she wasn't found until later that morning around 11 a.m. Suspicious, right? Now, Kim's ex, Al B. Shore, also threw some serious shade at Diddy, hinting that he had something to do with her death. He posted on Instagram saying, "I just found this footage from the morning I learned of Kim Porter's murder, and it ripped the soul from my body. There's no way she just suddenly died from pneumonia. BS, we just celebrated our son's new deal and Christmas special with Netflix, and she was perfectly healthy." And to add more to the fire, he even mentioned that the feds were investigating the case, spilling some major tea, right? Al even posted a throwback pic of him and Kim with a cryptic caption, "Life imitating art. Art imitates life." Now it all makes sense. He said Kim told him stuff and he advised her to call the FBI. And if you think this situation couldn't get shadier, wait for it. The original coroner who performed Kim's autopsy, he had a hunch something was off, like shady toxins in her system. But guess what? He got kicked off the case, and a new coroner was brought in who quickly concluded it was pneumonia. People have been calling BS on that for ages. And if this couldn't get any more chilling, the first coroner who raised all these red flags, he ended up dead too from natural causes. Conveniently, his passing happened just when people started questioning the pneumonia story and pushing for the case to be reopened. Rumor has it that he was about to speak out before he died, which just makes everything creepier and way more suspicious. Girls, this whole thing is just too wild. So girls, don't be a stranger. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for our next video. You won't want to miss it. Trust me, it's going to be a wild ride.